Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Stuart Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot, and here we are at beautiful Fort Beauséjour here on the New Brunswick, Nova Scotia border, overlooking the Bay of Fundy and some marsh area here. We've been here numerous times. We're going to do our POTA activation here for World Amateur Radio Day. This is the second year in a row now that we've gone out for World Amateur Radio Day. Today is a little on the cooler side, but not terrible. I think it's sitting at 3 degrees Celsius right now, and it's foggy. It's the Maritimes. Well, this is a nice quiet location this time of year. It's perfect. You know, you get out here this time of year where the bugs are not bad. The crowds, I don't know how much, of a crowd that Fort Beauséjour gets, but, it's a national park, national historic site. So we're going to sit up here. I think we're going to go. I've been thinking about this. I think I'm going to move it. I'm going to bring the truck pointed in the other way. I'm going to use the 4-wave knockoff that I did, and I'm actually going to set it up in the way that they did it in some of the, the YouTube POTA talking head, gods of all gods, POTA people. Did it in some of their videos, and we're going to try to mount it on the trailer hitch and see how that works. Can it DX? We'll see. We'll see if all the hubbub of the 4-wave antenna is worth all the hype. I know that I saw some YouTube stuff today that it's the ultimate POTA DX antenna. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. All right, let's get set up here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What a great time to be out at the park. Okay, so here we have the 33.4 inches of random wire out. Now we just made a little bit of a pigtail at the top. I'm going to fix that a little bit. There, that should do it. The little ground is a little wet, so the electrical tape's not sticking. We added on an extra piece from a broken DX commander pole, just to give it a little bit more length. And we got our 31-foot, our 10-meter DX commander pole here with our 9-to-1 on here. Let's get this raised into the hitch. Okay, there it is. It's up. I don't know if I like it like that, but it'll work. It's vertical, all right. But that little extra piece there at the top, there's the 9-to-1 on. We're gonna ground it to the truck frame. So there's our ground part from the on going into the truck frame right there. That should work. Now we got our choke. Remember, ABC, always be choking. Okay, so there's our 50 foot of DX engineering coax. We'll just make that a little neater. Ran out to the second picnic table there because somebody left a comment in one of my previous videos that I was in the radiation field and I was going to have brain cancer. So I'm going to move farther away. I'm not running power today, only running 100 watts because I don't have my external tuner that I can use. I have the LDG tuner, but I don't like using that one with the amplifier too much. I'd rather bring my manual tuner, but I don't have that today. So we're just going to run the antenna tuner off of the FTDX10. You do need a tuner with this antenna. A tuner is a must, absolutely. Now, if this experiment fails, we always have the Performer. We always carry the KJ6ER Performer as a backup. So if this one totally craps to bed, we'll be able to switch antennas in a hurry. So today for World Amateur Radio Day, I will be operating as Victor Echo 9 Romeo Alpha Charlie. Myself, Don VE9XX, and Jerry, Whiskey Alpha 1 Victor or something like that. I can't remember Jerry's call. We're all operating under the VE9 rack, so it takes a little bit of coordination, so we're not on the same band and the same mode at the same time. I'm the only one doing portal today. Don's working from his home in Bathurst, and and Jerry's going to be remoting into Don's QTH there in Bathurst to run VE9 RAC. So if you work us today, or VE9 RAC, if you work us, you can go to the website. I'll put it in the pinned comment below and get a certificate for World Amateur Radio Day. Last year, I'm looking for something. Last year I did World Amateur Radio Day by myself. This year I'm going to be part of a team. I know what I forgot. I forgot this, my Robbins coffee. I stopped drinking Tim Hortons, and now I drink Robbins or something else other than Tim Hortons. McDonald's is good. But yeah, we stopped at the Robbins Donuts there in Port Elgin on the way here. Okay, it's a little chilly today. My hand's getting cold. 3 degrees Celsius. But we're going to work outside because it should get warmer as the day goes on. Too bad the sun's not out. But what a beautiful day to be able to play portal ham radio. We're going to try this contraption of an antenna and see if it works.
Holy Land.
Oh, I think that's
thing going on.
Looked an Australian.
Antenna earlier pointed up north. And I think there's some sort of a...
Interesting, getting an Aussie.
Someone, Jeff and I have got...
Wow, here in Neville in Perth and the ZL. We're trying to get them.
So there you go. All right, Bose, good on you, and hope you got through that cyclone.
Wow.
We've got a bit of a
here in Neville.
storm coming Monday. I'll drop my antenna down Monday morning or Sunday night or something and see how we go. But
Haven't been out doing Australia in a long time.
It's the same. I like to get it down. All right, put it back to you, Jack, and send you 5 and 9 bucks to me. W1SDY, MK6JW.
Alpha Charlie. Alpha Charlie.
Yeah, Kilo 4 Golf, Oscar, Victor Kilo 6, Juliet Delta, Whiskey 5 and 7.
There's Walt. I can't hear Walt though.
Yeah, right.
You can hear Neville really good.
All right, good to hear you. And today is World Amateur Radio Day, so that's got to be a good one. What do you think? I reckon it might be. All right, I'll put this back to you and you can hand it back to Jack. But great to hear you. Thanks very much for the call.
Alpha Charlie. Alpha Charlie. Alpha Charlie. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters, World Amateur Radio Day. This is Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie, World Amateur Radio Day. Victor Papa 9, November Romeo. Hi, Paul, you're 5 and 5, 5 and 5, over. Roger, Roger there, Paul. Nice to hear from you. Happy World Amateur Radio Day, my friend. 7-3, this is Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie for World Amateur Radio Day. Oscar Sierra 8 Delta, good morning. 5 and 7, 57, over. 73, thanks. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie, CQ 20 meters. Oh my God, the bands are horrible. Look at this on the screen. CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters for World Amateur Radio Day. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Okay, so this antenna on the truck not working. So let's try it in the ground, and we'll put the ground radios out this time. But at 40 meters, I couldn't get it to tune. Just couldn't get it to tune at all. Not in this configuration. I don't know why. It worked yesterday at the house, but on the truck configuration, it just doesn't seem to be tuning. So we'll move it out there and we'll lay out some of the ground radios. Hey everyone, I want to jump in with a quick editorial note here in post-production as I'm editing this video. I realized the error of my waves now with 40 meters and grounding to the truck, and I actually made the same mistake with the counterpoise. I shouldn't have removed the 9-to-1 unon. It wasn't required, and that's why I couldn't tune it with the truck. It should just be at 33.4, 33.5 feet. It should just be a straight 1-to-1, either straight 1-to-1 Ballon or no unon or no Ballon needed either. You can just go straight through. So that was the error of my ways. So we learned something new. Okay, so we moved it. We got our PVC pipe in the ground and we just moved it over away from the truck. I just couldn't get the thing to tune on 40. The SWR would just not tune at all. And it said it's supposed to be resident on 40. Maybe without the unon, I don't know. Maybe we'll see next time. It already sounds better. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters for World Amateur Radio to Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie. Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie, CQ 40 meters.
Victor Alpha 2, Mike Oscar.
Victor Alpha 2, Mike Oscar. Good morning. You're 5 and 9 here to New Brunswick.
Roger. You're 5 and 9 here in Quebec, Canada. Over.
Roger. Sounds good. Happy World Amateur Radio Day.
Thank you. 73, Victor Alpha 2, Mike Oscar.
Have a good. Are you the summit on the air station?
Roger.
Okay, Roger. Are you at a park as well?
I don't think it's a park where I am on the summit.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, we're just sitting at Fort Beauséjour National Park here in New Brunswick on the Nova Scotia-New Brunswick border. 7-3, my friend. Have a good one.
Okay, 73, thank you.
Thank you. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie, World Amateur Radio Day.
Kilowatt Delta 1, Charlie Tango.
Kilowatt Delta 1, Charlie Tango. 5 and 9, Bob.
59 Alpha 2, thank you.
Thank you, 7-3. Yeah, don't go to the RAC website and you can get your certificate for World Amateur Radio Day.
Roger, thanks.
7-3, Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie, World Amateur Radio Day.
Kilowatt Alpha 2, Mike Alpha Tango.
Kilowatt Alpha 2, Mike Alpha Tango. Good morning. You're 5-5 here to New Brunswick.
I thank you for the 5-5. You are also 5-5 in New Jersey. yourself.
Thank you. Happy World Amateur Radio Day, 7-3. Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie, World Amateur Radio Day. Yeah, working much better with the ground radios than being on the truck. So something maybe with that ground strap, I'm not sure. CQ 40 meters, World Amateur Radio Day. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. I'd like to try it with more ground radios, make another set of 3.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee November.
Kilo Quebec 4, Yankee November, 5-9, nice signal.
You're about a 5-5 in Georgia, 5-5 in Georgia, sir.
Thank you, 7-3. Was there a Tango India? Charlie, Tango Italy 2, Charlie Mike. Hello, Mauricio. Cinco, my friend, Cinco. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mauricio, 7-3. Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie, World Amateur Radio Day. So this is one of the reasons why I love this location for doing parks. You got the train coming right by, so you get to see. Well, you gotta love ham radio to be sitting out here in the freezing cold. It's not too bad. It's like 4 or 5 degrees, but it's chilly. Anyway, that seems to be working okay with the counterpoises out. I'll have to go back and see what was going on with the grounding it to the truck. Something not right there. But I got 100 QSOs in. No DX really, except for Costa Rica. I did hear Wim, Papa Delta 2 Uniform Sierra, and I got Paul in Bermuda and a 10 in Belgium first thing when I was still hooked up to the truck. But I don't know. Band conditions are horrible too, though. So sure that has something to do with it. Anyway, our phone ran out of juice there when I was doing the train. So you guys, I don't know if you saw the train come by or not. Anyway, I'm trying to warm up with it. I'm trying to warm up a bit here. It's not the best day to be playing Portal Ham Radio sitting outside. Should have did it from home. Yahoo, the sun has come out. Might warm up a bit now. Romeo Alpha Charlie, Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Echo Charlie.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Charlie Echo Charlie, you're 5-9.
I have you 5-9 in Southwest Ohio.
Thank you for the call, 7-3, Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, good afternoon, you're 5-9.
QSL, please copy 5-9, Ontario, Oscar November.
Thank you very much, thanks for the call. This is Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
Kilo Charlie 3, November, Romeo Sierra, KC3 NRS.
KC3 NRS, good afternoon, you're 5-9.
5-9, I hear Mike Delta, thank you.
Thank you, good luck, Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie. So we're sitting at 197 QSOs in 3 hours and 30 minutes. That's not good for the way I normally operate. I'm not going to fault the antenna, not at all. The antenna is working. Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie, Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie, CQ 20 meters.
Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Juliet Whiskey.
Victor Echo 3, X-Ray Juliet Whiskey, you're 5-9.
All right, thanks. You're 5-9 over here in Ontario.
Thank you very much, 7-3. Have a great day. Victor Echo 9, Radio Alpha Charlie. Look, the sun is out. There's not a cloud in the sky now. And it's 11 degrees Charlie now. 11 degrees Celsius. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Special event station. The band is still pretty quiet, though. CQ 20 meters. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
India Victoria Delta, over.
Okay, Echo India 6, India Victor Delta, correct?
Negative, Baker, over.
Okay, Echo India 6, India Victor Baker.
Roger. 563, 52 into the northeast of Ireland, over.
Thank you, Declan. 59, 5-9, over.
Thank you for the 5-9. Take care, 7-3.
7-3, thanks. Victor Echo 9, Radio Amateur of Canada. Victor Echo 9, RAC.
Yankee Tango 1, Mike Charlie.
Yankee Tango 1, Mike Charlie. 59, 5-9.
Yankee Tango 1, Mike Charlie, or 5-5.
Thank you, 7-3. Good luck. Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
9 Alpha 1, Whiskey.
9 Alpha 1, Whiskey, 5-9.
Roger, 9 Alpha 1, whiskey, 5x5. Thank you. 2344.
7344, Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie.
Yeah, Mike Whiskey 3, Lima, Foxtrot Lima, you're a 5 and 8, 58, over.
Yeah, Mike Whiskey 3, Lima, Foxtrot Lima. Thank you, Keith, 5 and 9.
Yeah, Roger, thank you. Yeah, you just left the 5 line. Thank you.
Thank you, 73, Victor Echo 9, Romeo Alpha Charlie. All right, so we're all done here. We just did just over 6 hours and a bit. The bank conditions were not great, but they were starting to come alive near the end. 400 plus QSOs in the log, so not bad given the bank conditions. And most of it was on 20, a little bit on 40, including that little false start we had by hooking it into the bumper there. But definitely it worked okay. I'll give you my more thorough review once I drop the stuff off into the car. All right, so the $1 million question. Can this all essential? It's a quarter wave. It's a quarter wave on 40, half wave on 20. Can it DX? Well, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. For the bank conditions, I did get Thomas in Sweden. I got a couple Italians. I got into Slovenia, Serbia. I got Larry in France. I got a couple UK stations. I got Costa Rica, St. Lucia. And I also got Juliet 88 India Hotel as well. So can it DX? Yeah, I can. Does it work wonderful? I'm going to give it a thumbs up because the bank conditions were terrible. We're sitting here right on the, I guess, the end of the Bay of Fundy. That's the Bay of Fundy, right straight ahead there. A little bit over there too. But yeah, it can DX. Now, the question is, do you spend the money to go to, a place like 4-Wave Antennas and get one of these? Well, if you want the nice mounted trailer hitch with the, done, engineered perfectly and put together perfectly, go ahead and spend your $200, $300, $400, whatever the cost is in US dollars. If you want to make I'll call it a shabby version like I did with a DX Commander pole. I mean, I got the same unun. I bought it from DX Engineering for $42 Canadian, so I got the same unun that they use. The DX Commander pole cost me, I don't know, $100 Canadian, roughly. I don't know, something like that. I lost track of the price. And then another $5 in speaker wire. I mean, you can do it. You can make one that probably works just as good. I mean, I got 400 QSOs in crappy bank conditions. And, yeah, do it. It's your money. I mean, I spend money on antennas when I don't want to build them or they're a little bit more complex. But, I mean, if you got a 9-1 unun kicking around, you got some speaker wire, and you got some, spider beams or DX Commander poles, and you can do this thing. I gotta figure out why it didn't work on why it wouldn't tune up on the truck mount for 40 meters. I'll go back to the house and troubleshoot that. But stick it in the ground. It worked just as good. So yeah, it worked fine. So let me give you a little bit of close-up of what I've done here. So in the ground, I have a piece of 1.25 inch PVC and the DX Commander pole. Now it's leaning a bit, so the wind is starting to push it over a little bit. So in a strong wind, you might want to get a bigger piece of PVC and pound it in. I got a 9-1 LDG on it. The choke is from my POTA Performer, and I just got Amazon speaker wire, and I got it running up the pole. It's leaning over a bit because the pole's leaning over. But if I was going to stay here longer, I would put that in a little bit more. And it's got 3 counterpoises out. Nothing fancy.